Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for the weekly SmackDown Event Center report. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings on WWE SmackDown every Friday night, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys had a very wonderful July 4th, a happy Independence Day. Hope you guys enjoyed all the cookouts, the family fun, pool parties, whatever. Fireworks are going off right now. Some inconsiderate people decided, well, let's wake up the whole dang neighborhood by putting fireworks out. But it's understandable because a lot of people didn't see the fireworks last night because it was a huge rain. Some people were without power, and so it was a crazy moment to say the least. But I did survive, and in fact, it took me a long time to upload last night's episode from TNA. It took me almost to midnight just to do it, and I finally got it done. And I'm like, am I going to get some sleep? That's the question. But tonight, go to bed at late night or something like that because the fact that I got tomorrow off, and praise the Lord about that. So what are we going to talk about tonight? Well, talk about the part 2 of the Fallout from Night of Champions on the SmackDown side of things, plus cards shape up for Saturday night's main event in Evolution, and let's just say the tag team division could get even more crazier. And I will explain why in a minute. So, Solo Sikoa was arriving with his new MFTs. So he's ready to celebrate in July 4th. Solo Sikoa is the new United States champion. But Jacob Fatu comes out and attacks Solo Sikoa, and it took all that security to get Solo Sikoa away and to celebrate Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. I found out that Jacob Fatu is related to the Usos. They are cousins. And so Solo Sikoa is the younger brother of the Usos. That's their cousin, too. That's right. Would you believe it? So, anyway, so Cody Rhodes did come out, and this happened to take place in Kurt Angle's hometown of Pittsburgh. And no, he did not play that pizza commercial with him in it, which I thought was pretty funny. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a promo between The Rock and Kurt Angle, I believe, in Pittsburgh. I believe in 2000. Check it out if you can. And so he comes out and addresses being king of the ring. He says he went out, he fought Randy Orton. He fought Jey Uso to get this crown. And then Randy Orton comes out and says, hey, I hesitated. I lost the match, but you didn't. You earned my respect. And then Drew McIntyre returns after a month away due to injury, and also Drew McIntyre also attended the wedding of Jinder Mahal. That's right, Jinder Mahal got married over a couple weeks ago, and congratulations to the man, and the woman will never hinder Jinder now. You know what I mean? Anyways, congratulations. Seriously though, congratulations to Jinder Mahal. In fact, 3-man band reunited just to attend that wedding. So it was really cool for Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre to attend their good friend's wedding. And so he's trying to stir some dissension between Orton and Rhodes once again. But then Orton gave him an RKO for his troubles. Yeah, hey, Drew, don't disrespect Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes next time. Although Drew McIntyre is rooting for Cody Rhodes to beat John Cena at SummerSlam to get that Undisputed Championship belt back. And so Nick Aldis was talking to Charlotte Flair, and Nick, just like Adam Pearce did for Io Sky, I'm going to give Tiffany Stratton an opportunity to choose her challenger. And Flair, is like, really? But it's, Tiffany Stratton, her challenger, got her person chosen, but you, and this is what Nick Aldis told Flair. This is all Nick Aldis talking to Charlotte Flair. If you want, you're going to team up with, and Alexa Bliss came in the picture. She goes, you're welcome. And then she goes, I know, we're not going to be friends, but we need to be tag team partners. That's it. And then she goes, fine. And then Charlotte Flair goes, fine, tells Alexa Bliss to stay out of her way. And then here, Nick Aldis tells Elizabeth, good luck with that. Like a typical teenage girl there, that Elizabeth can act like sometimes. So, anyways. And then McIntyre confronts Aldis, and he says he wants Orton, and Nick Aldis goes next week, Saturday night's main event. Then Aldis confronted Fatu, and then he goes, I'll tell you what, you get yourself a partner, you can have both JC Mateo and Solo Sikoa. And Jimmy Uso comes up and goes, I guess you need a partner because you're ready to get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? So you have the two cousins will be joining forces against Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo. And then there's the Evolution Tag Qualifying matchup. The winning SmackDown team will have an opportunity to face the Women's Tag Team Champions at a Fatal 4-Way. And that means the current champs are Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez of the Judgment Day. And so it was Secret Herbis as a team of Alba Fire and Piper Niven. Meech and B. Fab seem to be joining forces as of late. And now Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Heck of a match. Chelsea Green tried to get involved, but that kind of didn't work in the end because Bliss and Flair win in their advancing Evolution to be one of three teams to face Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez in a Fatal 4-Way match. And then meanwhile, Aldis confronts the tag division about what happened last week's debacle. And he says, well, I'll tell you what, Nathan Frazier and Axiom, you guys are going to have a match against Rey Fenix and Andrade. And they were now for the rest of you, one team from each representative, one team member from each, one representative for each team will base the Wyatt Six in a 8-man tag. I'll tell you who those competitors are later on. And then, but actually, I'll do that right now. The Wyatt Six as a team of Uncle Howdy, a.k.a. Bo Dallas, Dexter Loomis, a.k.a. Mercy the Buzzard, Joe Gacy, a.k.a. Huskus the Pig, and you got Eric Rowan, a.k.a. the Ramblin' Rabbit. You got Nikki Cross, a.k.a. Abby the Witch at ringside, to face the team of Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, Berto, and Chris Sabin. And the Wyatt Six ended up winning that matchup when Chris Sabin wanted to go for a tag on Gargano. Gargano got too scared, jumped out from the apron, does not want to face him. So, and the Wyatt Six, by virtue of that victory, next week they will be getting a tag team title shot once again. Meanwhile, Julia Dresses being the new Women's United States Champion, basically saying, bring it all on. So there's that. But bring it all on, but the Beautiful Madness will stay straight at the top. Meanwhile, Tiffany Stratton comes out and addresses the Pittsburgh crowd about Evolution. Jade Cargill interrupts Tiffany Stratton, says, I'm the queen, and I'm going to be taking, no matter who you pick, I'm walking out with SummerSlam with that title. And she goes, Jade, I'm glad you're here. I got a surprise for everybody. The lovely Trish Stratus, WWE Hall of Famer, come on out. And Tiffany Stratton tells her, the reason why. He says, listen, Evolution, there will be no Evolution without Trish Stratus. And Tiffany Stratton decided to give her a women's title shot. And then Trish thought about it first. He said, you know what? It's a huge opportunity for me. And ended up, and then Tiffany Stratton goes, no matter who I face, no matter what, WWE is always runs on Tiffy time. So, best of luck. Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, you're talking about two different generations. It's going to be an interesting matchup to say the least. And then, and it's also addresses Fatu and introduces Tala Tonga to the mix. This is why I decided to talk about the tag team division for a minute. Now, you got the Wyatts, you got the Street Profits as champion, the Wyatt Six getting a title shot. You got the upcoming upstart team Fraxium. You got also you got Fraxium. You got the team Andrade Ray Phoenix. You got Los Garza, the AAA tag. Los Garzas, the AAA tag team champions. You got DIY. You got the Most Machine Guns. But when you add like this MFT bloodline with Tala Tonga and then Tonga Loa, who made his return, now he's got to wait for Tama Tonga. You know, I just say this: you put Tala. Does it hurt that I say I want to see Tala Tonga go one-on-one with Eric Rowan? You talk about big meaty men slap meat. Come on, Kaiju Battle. Let's get that match signed up, shall we? Imagine that all those tag teams and you add the MFT duos. You know, I think mostly Tala Tonga and Tonga Loa could be the guy. Could be the team to challenge for the belts as well. You could bring more gold to the stable of Solo Sikoa alongside JC Mateo. So I'm telling you one thing right now, it is getting crazy. So, but then you got Jade Cargill talking to Trish Stratus in the back, and then Naomi blindsides her with a briefcase. So you can proceed with caution. And go back to stealing energy drinks and put them in your little cart there, Naomi. I think she had too many of those. That's why she's acting cuckoo bananas, as Johnny Gargano would say. Then Mick Aldis runs over to check on her. She says, I had enough. I want Naomi. And that match will be happening, a third match that will be happening at Evolution. You got the two women's title matches. You got actually a fourth matchup. Fifth, you got the Battle Royal. You got the women's matchup. You got the let's try this again. At Evolution, you got the two title matches: Io Sky and Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. You got the the Battle Royal, and then your fifth match added Jade Cargill one-on-one with Naomi. So that'll be a heck of a matchup for sure. And then you got Fraxium versus Andrade and Ray Phoenix. Andrade and Ray Phoenix won that matchup. And then Damian Priest confronts Aleister Black about R-Truth, which leads to a match R-Truth got Aleister Black next week. Speaking of next week, tag team titles on the line. Besides the Truth Black matchup, the Street Profits will defend against the Wyatts. It's going to be the team of Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy in that spot. And then, also next week, this is going to take place in Nashville, Tennessee. Jelly Roll will be there, the nationally well-renowned recording artist. Jelly Roll. That young man, Jelly Roll, what a journey he's been. You gotta hear his story. It's so great. Then we got the main event, Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo took on Jacob Fatu and his cousin Jimmy Uso. Fatu won the matchup, but then Solo Sikoa to continue to wreck furniture and beat them up. Before they get a chance to fight back, here comes Tala Tonga and Tonga Loa and taking out both Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu. Like I said, the tag team division could heat up. You know, any two, like I said again, let's get Tala Tonga one-on-one with Eric Rowan, man. I want to see that matchup. So, that is all the time that we have on this episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. Tomorrow we got some card charts, and I'm going to try to do it first thing in the morning, okay? So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Hope you have the rest of your life force. Stay safe out there, folks. And then after you've got all the fireworks out of your system and all that, get to bed. That's what I'm going to do. So I'll see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and Do It for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bofa 3000 telepictures and distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.